One of the most compelling ways to share your faith is simply to tell your story. It doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need to be a complicated testimony that sounds like a sermon, but a short before and after account of how Jesus changed your life. The beauty is that no one can argue with your personal experience. They might debate theology, but they can't dispute what's happened to you. Think about one specific area where Christ made a difference in your life. Maybe it was peace replacing anxiety, purpose replacing emptiness, forgiveness replacing guilt, hope replacing despair, love replacing bitterness. Take one of these areas to tell your story in a clear, memorable, relatable way. Your story might sound something like this. I always felt empty. No matter what I did, it all felt futile. I was always thinking, is this it? But then I met Christ, and accepting Him gave me a deep peace and a deep sense of meaning. Now my purpose is to love Him and love others. Even though my job and my roles are the same, my motivation has changed, and it's awesome. Maybe you can say, I always felt guilty because of my past. I couldn't stop beating myself up for some of the poor decisions I'd made. But then I met Christ, and the grace and forgiveness I found in Him freed me and changed my life. Or perhaps your story is something like, I struggle with anxiety. I'm always worrying and fretting over all sorts of things. But when I came to faith in Jesus, I found a peace like never before. It's not to say I don't struggle anymore, but through the difficulties, I now have something solid to hold on to. I think the key is to be authentic and relatable. Don't exaggerate or make it sound like your life became perfect after accepting Christ. People can smell fake testimonies a mile away. Instead, focus on a genuine change that others can understand and connect with. Be honest about ongoing struggles too. You might say, I still have bad days and I still worry sometimes, but now I have someone to turn to, and I have hope that wasn't there before. Jesus didn't make my problems disappear, but He gave me strength to face them. To make sure your story sounds natural and not rehearsed, why not practice telling it to somebody close to you, a spouse or a close Christian friend? And remember, use normal language, not church language. Avoid Christian jargon that outsiders might not understand. Instead of saying, His prevenient grace convicted me of sin and I was born again, you might say, I realized I needed forgiveness and decided to follow Jesus. Peter said this, 1 Peter 3 verse 15, always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have, but do this with gentleness and respect. Your personal story is often that answer, the reason for the hope within you. So may we become people who share our faith. I've given you 5 ways to do it this week. Write them down, memorize them, practice them, and use them. There are people out there dying for Jesus. Why wouldn't we take the time to share Him in these ways? God bless you, and may it be a fruitful weekend for you sharing the gospel.